to laugh with him again, to sing with him again. If I had my voice, I would sing to the heavens, but I know you can do that enough for the both of us. Did I ever tell you about the story from when I was very sick? I was spending another night in the hospital. Hospitals are surprisingly dreary during Christmas. One might think it would be because it's a hospital, and one might think it wouldn't be because it was Christmas, but nevertheless it was gloomy. My mother was speaking to the nurse outside my room when I began to sing. I sang Ave Maria, you know, Ave, you know the one. It brought my mother to tears. And for that one moment, the music was all that mattered. Please keep singing for me, my darling. And when they're waiting to hear from me again, you can sing them this song and let them know that I have a voice in you. Ave Maria, gratia plena. I love you so, so much, my darling. Keep telling my stories and please share the music. Love endlessly, your dearest grandmother. Dear imaginary friend. We've been best friends for forever. My brothers didn't like to play games the way I liked, and there weren't any kids on my street, but you guys always liked to play my games. Like that one time we were secret agents and defeated the bad guys. Or the time we were superheroes and defeated the bad guys. Or the time we were pirates and we were the bad guys. With you, I never was bored. I never was lonely. As you know, I'm 9 years old today. Most 9-year-olds don't still have imaginary friends. They don't write letters to them either, which may have you wondering why I'm doing it now. Well, circumstances being as they are, I'm breaking up with you. I need to grow up, I guess. I mean, I thought I was pretty grown up for 9, but I guess not. I mean, most girls my age are listening to their older sister's favorite pop songs or reading Tiger Beat magazine, which is fine. I like magazines. Or they're talking about boys, which is fine. I like boys. But they don't talk to their imaginary friends, which is fine. But I am still. Right now. Look, I love you guys. You were there when my brother told me I was annoying, and you guys told me that I'm not. And when I was scared for my first day of school, you guys made me not scared because you were holding my hand. But I guess I don't need you to do that anymore. Thank you for the best 9 years of my life. up to this point. And I hope you don't forget me when you're being some other kid's best friend. I know I won't forget you. Love you lots. Lily. To the one I loved. We have been in a sinking ship for a very long time, and I have been your life raft. Maybe if you pushed me under, you wouldn't drown, and I pretended like I wasn't drowning because I just wanted to make you happy. That's all I've ever wanted. I pretended like I wasn't drowning, but after years, I can't pretend anymore. If you're going down, I'm going down with you, and that's not fair to anyone, so. You told me you loved me. You love me more than anything, more than your family, your friends, more than life itself. And that's a lot of pressure to put on a person, don't you think? Because if I'm your reason for living, then I can never leave. No matter how many times you hurt me, no matter how many times you keep me from being happy because you couldn't be. And I pretended like I was okay with that because I loved you so much. I've asked you so many times to stop hurting me, and each time you seem to hurt me more. I don't know what else to do other than leave. I still love you more than you could know. I'm still terrified to find out what happens to you when I'm gone. But let's both decide to stop drowning. You can climb aboard another ship, and I can swim away. Love. Sincerely, Rose. Dear John, if it wasn't already evident from my latest Instagram post of me looking perfectly happy and skinny and beautiful, I am completely and totally 100% over you. In fact, I found a lot of spiritually uplifting things to fill the time I once spent with you, like yoga. Turns out I'm really flexible, and my instructor told me that my chakras are far more balanced than they were when I first started. I don't know what that means, but you know, I've always wanted to take yoga, and now that you're not filling up all my free time, I am. Remember all those homemade gifts I made you, like the paintings and the mixtapes? Sometimes I wonder if you still have them. I don't even care if you still have them. You could have sold my paintings on Amazon, and I couldn't care less. Well, I would care a little. I mean, it's one thing for you to just let the mixtapes I made for you collect dust in the glove compartment of your car, but it's a completely different thing for you to just get rid of something that I put my heart into. I mean, at that point, why don't you just trample over my heart? I was going to try to become a vegetarian because I heard it was really good for you, and you know how emotional I am about animals. Remember that one time I ran over that bunny and you brought me ice cream to cheer me up? Anyway, my vegetarian days didn't make it past the first Friday of Lent. All of my friends were getting burgers after work, and I realized there was nothing I wanted more than a bacon cheeseburger. After I had already inhaled the entire thing, I looked over and saw a sign that said fish sandwiches half off every Friday of Lent. I cried the whole way home. I wish you could have brought me a tub of ice cream. So, I've decided against sending this letter because it was supposed to show you how wonderful my life has been, and instead it makes me look sad. I'm just gonna stop writing here. I hope she's everything you wanted. From your ex, Sarah. Dear Mom, I know I call you about once a week, but I was thinking about something the other day. You know, people don't really write letters anymore, and that's kind of a shame. So despite my bad handwriting and the fact that I'll probably talk to you again before this letter even arrives, I bought some really nice stationery and some ink pens to write to you. So, anyways, my first semester of college is going great. I can't believe I'm going to the University of Michigan. I mean, I get to do what I love every single day with some pretty wonderful people at an amazingly wonderful school. I do get homesick still, though. I was listening to that Tom Petty CD that Dad gave me, and I started to cry. I miss singing with him in the car, you know, who sings this, Caroline, and don't tell him I said this, because he'll never get over it, but I miss him calling me his little rock star. And also, tell Patrick I was talking to this kid about BioShock Infinite the other day, and it made me think of him. I still have that little figurine he gave me sitting on my desk. And when Topper finally proposes to Abby, you have to let me know so I can come down and be a part of it. I know you will, I just want it to happen already. Surprisingly, I miss him bugging me when I'm trying to do my homework. Sometimes I need a little distraction. But mostly, the main reason I'm writing to you is because I was thinking about something. Remember how we used to do that little thing where I'd say, I love you, and you'd say, I love you more, and then I'd say, no, silly, we have the same love. Well, I was just thinking about how you've always been my best friend. And I know I can be a difficult daughter, and I can complain and yell, and I couldn't have possibly chosen a more impractical or challenging career path other than musical theater. But you've always been there for me. I don't know what I'd do without you, and thank you for being my best friend. Love always, Caroline.
There she was, just walking down the street singing, tapping her fingers and shuffling her feet singing.
I'm 11. I'm Arabella and I've just put in the videotape My Girl. I'm watching My Girl, but more specifically, I'm watching Veda Sultanfuss. She's 11. I have on my brother's old Porsche t-shirt and a pair of grass-stained blue jeans, and I'm watching Veda, and She has on an old t-shirt and scuffed up blue jeans. I have on my white Chuck Taylors, and she has on her Chuck Taylors. My hair's up in a ponytail, and her hair is just like mine. I'm Arabella Polovich, and I know I'm just watching the movie My Girl, and I know I'm just watching the character Beta Saltonfuss, but I also know I'm watching me. Her blue eyes, those are just like my blue eyes. Her hair, that's just like my hair. She has those teeth that are a little too big for her smile. Me too. She's always worried she's done something wrong. I'm always worried I've done something wrong. She wants to be a writer. I want to be a writer. Her dad works at a funeral parlor. My dad used to embalm people. And there it is. There it is again. Stop worrying. The whole time I'm watching My Girl, it's me who's inside the 10-inch television. I'm watching Veda ride around on her red banana seat bike. But it's like I'm the girl going to the doctor's office worrying herself sick about being sick. I'm the girl worried about her dad's new girlfriend, who had the coolest RV ever. Shelley Devoto from My Girl, I owe it to you for my love of RVs. And Shelley Devoto, wherever you are, you can count on it that I will buy one before I die. And I'll drive it to Liverpool because that's where Thomas J. wanted to take it. Thomas J. Thomas J. is Beta Saltonfuss's best friend. Thomas J. is allergic to bees. And it's when Thomas J. was killed by the bees that I really knew I was watching me. Not because I had a best friend die or anything, but because I knew how Veda was going to cope. She walks into her room, she shuts the door, she falls on her bed, and she just cries. She doesn't talk. She just cries. And she won't talk. I used to think that made me weak, and I used to think that something was wrong with me because I could start crying like that. Meanwhile, you'd have to shake me for hours to get it out of me why I was crying. But then I watch Veda, and she starts crying at simple things, like when Shelley shakes her new goldfish that she won at the carnival, or who just starts crying when she finds out her teacher crush, Mr. Bixler, is getting married. And that's just like how I start crying when I can't set the dinner table how my Aunt Risa would have liked at Christmas dinner, or how there's like 3 annual Easter photos in a row where my eyes are super swollen because my mom had to work those 3 Easters. Veda, I cry at little things because I care, and because I care, I worry. Anxiety disorder sounds so negative. Beta Saltonfuss does not have an anxiety disorder. It's not some illness to worry for the sake of other people. And even if that is some illness, wouldn't that be a good thing for everyone to be diagnosed with for caring too much about other people? Veda says she thinks that heaven is where everybody gets their own white horse, and all they do is ride them and eat marshmallows all day. And in sports, there's no teams, so nobody gets picked last. And everybody cares about everybody else. It's where everybody cares about everybody else. Veda is this mix of being sensitive but not wanting to talk about why she's sensitive. She'd rather just cry because it works for her. And although she's a crier and although she's a worrier, it's all because she cares. And that's what makes Beta Saltonfuss the ultimate 90s heroine. She's a badass who cries, who worries, who cares. And the thing about Beta Saltonfuss is when I watch her, I'm watching me. And I know it's okay to be that way. I'm 11. I'm I'm Arabella, and I've just finished the movie My Girl. I'm watching the credits roll, and I run to my jar of saved pennies of dollar bills and coins from birthdays and lemonade stands, and I start counting, because I want a red banana seat bike, just like Veda Sultanfuss has.